Hi guys, this is Manas, and today we'll be looking at how to create this tip calculator. As you can see here, I put my total bill and I selected a tip percentage, and this displays the results as seen above. And we can also change the tip percentages here itself and calculate again with a different tip, as you can see on the screen above. So for this project, I'll be using VS Code IDE, and you can download it in code.visualstudio.com/download. You can find Windows and Mac installations, and it's pretty easy to install. So here I just created a folder in any directory you want, and just give a index.html file. So you can also put this extension if you want to, which makes our code look much prettier. It's called prettier, and you can just install it if you want to. So let's go back to our index.html file. So here, if you press exclamation mark plus hit enter, the basic boilerplate will be provided by VS Code itself. And let me change the title here, tip calculator, and let's just give a paragraph for now. Let's say hi, and let's save it. And also I'm giving the script tags. It's as equals app.js, sorry, oops, yep. And then I'll also be adding a style sheet for our index.html file. So /style.css, and then save it. And I'm also going to create a style.css in the current directory. And so if you go to extensions again, and if you hit live server, you can just install the extension over there, which enables us to launch a development server in the local machine. And if you hit right click and click open with live server, so this is what we have right now. It just says hi, it's just a normal HTML page. And next I'll be going to Bulma CDN. So Bulma is a CSS framework which allows us to produce all the containers, cards, etc. very easily. So I'll be scrolling down and I'll just copy this link tag here, this one, and I'll be pasting it in my index.html file. I'll also be going to fonts.google.com and search for a font, my favorite font called Poppins. I'll just paste these links here. So next, I've also added a image folder, and I put like a small icon. You can do whatever you want to. And now let's create a nav bar. So I'll give nav tags, and I'll be going to provide a div tag with the class of logo. And then inside that, let us put the image what we have. So image source dot slash images and icon 8. This is my PNG image I have. So, and hit save. And then I'll be going down and I'll put a section with a class of section. So this is like a shortcut to provide in VS Code. So I've also put a container in the section and a p tag with class of subtitle, and I named it tip calculator. And inside the section itself, I'll be going to create another div tag with class of columns. In that columns, I'll be going to create a class with column dash column, and column is 3/4. Yep. So this is a Bulma class which allows to create a container directly, and then I'll be giving a dot card class, and in that card content, let me just scroll down for you guys. So inside the card content class, let me now give a class of let me just create a form with let's give it an ID of form. Awesome. And then inside the form I'll be dealing with my inputs and all. So I'll give a class of level, a div tag. Awesome. And then I'll be creating level item, level left first. So these are all Bulma's classes is marginless. So these make uh, whatever they contain is shape and all. So inside the div tag, I'll just be providing one more class with dot level dash item, and inside these we can now provide whatever values we have. Like I'll be giving a p tag with the class of number, and I'll just give a number 1, and below that p tag I'll be going to provide how much was your total bill, question mark. Awesome. And if I save that, and after that let me just go below, and let me just give a comment so that it would be easier for you. So that is left side, and now right side are right. So let's now deal with the right side, which is whatever the input form. So dot level right, and then inside that level right I'll be giving another level item, and here I'll be placing the input form. So dot field first, that is a Bulma class, and then inside that I'll be providing dot control, which is also a Bulma class, and control has icons right, and then I'll be giving my input type equals, what are we going to input? It's a number, so I'll be providing input type equals number. And let me just make sure that I close this input tag. Awesome. And then I'll be giving a class of input, and then ID of, what should we call it, tip amount. Awesome. So now uh, and I'm also providing a min of 0, because it shouldn't, the total amount should not be less than 0. And then saving it. If you can see here, due to the prettier extension, the entire code will indent itself for us. So that's one of the advantages of prettier. So below the input field, let me just give a span of class icon, and icon is small and is right. So is small and is right is for Bulma, and I'm providing a icon I with a class of fa dash dollar, which is from font awesome. So I'll be showing you guys where you can get the CDN of font awesome. So this is font awesome CDN, and I'll be providing all the links in the description below. And if you give your email address and send the embedded code, you can get that. So this is how our UI looks for now. So as you can see, the container and the logo. So let's go back to our index.html, and let us now start working on the second input. So I'll be providing container with a class of level, and comment it left side, dot level left. Yeah, so this is all Bulma class. Said before, level left is marginless. Dot level item. Yeah, and then yeah, it's the same thing again. A p tag with a class of number, and let me give this one as number 2. Yeah, let me provide please select your tip percentage. Oops, yeah, percentage. Save it. And the next thing to do is do our right hand side, and as you can see, after the level left is marginless class div, I'm providing another div. So this is right, and I'll be giving a level right class, and then let me do level item again. So here we are going to select whatever the tip percentages are. So those should be provided as radio buttons. So I'll be using Bootstrap for that. So I'm going to give .grid container, and inside that grid container, I'll be going to provide grid item class. So dot grid dash item. So this is just Bootstrap. So inside the grid items, we provide input, but this is of type radio because we are going to select these. So input with a ID of service tip. Awesome. And the type of this input should be radio. So radio. So these are the small radio buttons which you see. And then let me make sure that I close this input tag. Yeah. And then we're going to provide a value of 12, which is our first tip percentage. And then with the name of our tip val. Yeah. Awesome. After the input tag, let me provide a label for this tag for service tip, and that is equal to 12. So this would be displaying on that. Yeah. So and the class of what shall we give? Label 1. Yeah. And value of 12. It's the same method again. So let me just copy whatever the grid item class is, and so make sure you properly copy all the div tags too. So I'm going to copy this grid item class entirely. So Control C, and then go down that, Control V. Awesome. So I'm just going to change these values to 15, and also the span 15. Yeah. And after that, I'll be going to do the same thing again. Just paste it, and this time it's 18, and also the value should be 18, and the next one is 20. So the same thing, paste it and change the value to 20, 20, 20. Awesome. So Let's save it. So after the ending form tag, I'm just gonna hit enter, and then let me provide a button now. So form action should be, it should be directing to another page, which is the results page. So I'll be going to /results.html, and then inside the form tags, let me provide a button. So just hit enter and just say input type should be of submit since it's a button, and then value of what shall we do, calculate tip percentage. Oops, just tip. Okay, so on click equals pass value. So whenever the submit calculate tip button is clicked, it should do this function pass values. So down below, just scroll down, save it, and then down below, after the last body tag, which you can see in line 154 here, just go down and provide let me just remove this first. Yeah, so let us do script tag, and inside this script tag we can just write JavaScript code. So let me write function pass values. So pass values, awesome. So inside this, what we'll be doing is we'll be storing the whatever the input values in the local storage. So var bill amount equals document dot get element by id. The element is tip amount, uh, which is, where is that, tip amount, tip amount. Let me just search for it, just a second. So control F, tip amount. Oh yeah, here that is. Yeah, which is actually whatever the bill value we typed in, I named it tip amount. I don't know why, but yeah. So get element by id tip amount, and I'll also be doing dot value because we need the value of whatever the bill amount is, and then I'm also providing var tip amount, which is document dot get element by id. Oh, I'm sorry, document dot query selector, because we need to select what we need to get the values of the radio buttons. So I'll be doing document dot, yeah, query selector, awesome. And then since we need the values of tip percentages from whatever the value selected in the radio buttons, I'll be doing query selector input and square brackets name equals tip val, which is as you can see here, name equals tip val. So name equals tip val, let me make sure, yeah. And we need only the value whenever the input radio button is checked. So colon checked, awesome, and semicolon dot value, because we need whatever the value of that radio button. So just go down, and now we're going to set the values we fetched inside the local storage, which is basically stores whatever the values we need. And if we redirect this page to another page, the local storage values will be can be fetched from there. So local storage dot set item, and let me just, these takes a key value pair. So key is bill amount and tip amount, and the value is whatever the tip amount we have, awesome. And if nothing is returned, let me just return false, awesome. And let me save it. So I just saved it, and if you take a look at our browser now, let me just give a value of 44, that's our bill amount, and percentage of 18. And if I hit on calculate tip, nothing happens here, but if you go to the inspect page and if you inspect it, just go to application and local storage over there, and if you click on the, you can see tip amount and bill amount. Awesome. So our local storage is set here, and if I go back and let me try changing these values to, let's say, 22 and 15, calculate tip, take a look that our local storage values are also being changed. Awesome. So this one works for now. Let us now work on the other file, which is results.html. So just click on the explorer, click on new file and say results.html and go to that, just do exclamation mark and hit enter, and it should provide a boilerplate code, and I'll just say tip results. Awesome. And in the body tag, let me provide, wait, all of the links and script tags we need. So I'll be taking the Bulma, just copy that and paste it here above the title, and then I'll also be needing whatever, yeah, I'll be needing the script tag of font awesome. Just paste it here. Okay, and then what else do we need? Yeah, I'll also be needing the Poppins Google Fonts. Yeah, just paste it, whatever. Yeah, and I'll also be linking our style.css file. So just link dot slash style.css. Okay, we'll be working on style.css later. So for now, we'll just work on displaying the results. So this one should be reloaded in a new page, and we can be able to fetch the local storage values and calculate and display them here. So I'll be doing a section with a class of section, and then I'll be giving a class of Bulma class of dot column, and let me just say dot column is multi-line. This is just a class of Bulma which makes whatever the output results as a container. So I'll also be giving a class of column is 12 in tablet. So just the sizes of it is 6 on desktops and is let's say 3 on widescreen view. Awesome. And then inside that class I'll be giving another class of dot notification is, let's say, primary. Primary is I think it's teal color for, what is that, the container. This is the Bulma's representation of different colors. So inside the notification is primary class. I'll be also providing another class of, sorry, another p tag with an ID of outtip, and let me just give a class to that p tag with title is -1. Awesome. And then let me provide a p tag with a class of subtitle, p dot subtitle. Oops, yeah, just hit enter, and subtitle is 4. So these are just heights and widths, and you can just check them out online. The tip amount is nice and nice. And then I'll also be providing similar to this one but with a different column is multi-line, and now let me give a color of link, and let me just remove that the tip amount, and let me provide the total bill including the tip is. So these are the two output columns we can view once our code is working. And after this section, let me provide another section with a class of section, and inside that let me give a class of dot level. So here what we need is just the tip percentages again. So I'll be going to my index.html and I'll just be copy pasting that code instead of typing it again. So you can just go to level right and make sure you choose the proper div for that level right. So I'm copying all the div tags for level right and whatever that is inside it. Oops, yeah. So div tag of level right. I copied that and paste it here. Nice. So we are now getting our tip percentages again, and I saved it. Now let us start working on the functionality, which is calculating the coordinate. And before that, let me also provide another button which allows us to calculate again. So form with an ID of new request or new req, and I'll be providing an input of type submit again since it's a button, and this time I'll be providing a value of calculate again with different tip. Nice. Now I can be working on whatever our JavaScript or the functionality of this web app. So I'll be providing script tags with a where of bill amount equals. So this time I'm just getting the total bill amount. So local storage dot get item. So this get item fetches whatever the value of bill amount is stored in local storage. So get item, and you just provide whatever the key value is. So in my case, I'll be providing local storage dot get item bill amount. So this fetches whatever the bill amount we provided, and I'm also going to get the service tip amount. So local storage dot get item named what did we name it, tip amount. Awesome. And scroll down. Yeah, after this let me just give if bill amount is equal to empty, like if the user put it as empty, and if bill amount is undefined or is less than 0, because the total bill shouldn't be less than 0, we can just say alert the user. So alert, please provide your total bill, and it should be greater than 0. Awesome. And then after the statement, I'll just go down and let me just save it first. Awesome. Yep. So if, let's say now the service tip is equal to 12, so in this case so now we'll be calculating our tips. So if service tip is equal to 12, let me just say var tip total is equal to, so the bill amount times 0.12, we're just giving or making it into a decimal. So else if service tip is equal to 15, and remember you can also do this as a switch statement, but I'm just doing it as if else, and that's completely fine. And it, so var tip amount is now equal to bill amount times 0.15, and it's just the same. So let me just copy paste it again and again. So else if it's 18, the bill amount should be multiplied with 0.18, and if it's 20, the total bill amount should be multiplied with 0.20. Awesome. And then we're now getting whatever that is, and let me create a new variable where bill var is equal to %, bill amount, because we need the total bill amount as an integer, so we are just passing it into an integer. So let me provide another variable with the name of total amount equals, so our bill var plus whatever the tip total is. Awesome. So let me just display the results now and let us see what happens. So results document.getElement by id, what is that? Scroll up, is it in index.html? Oh no, I think it should be in results.html. So yeah, what did we name it as? Should be, yeah, outtip. Awesome. So document.getElement by id outtip, it should be capital T, yeah, outtip, and dot inner html because we are going to display it inside the container. So dot inner html should be equal to, let's say, let's give a dollar concatenated with tip total dot. So we just need two decimal values after the point. So I'll be going to give a class, JavaScript class of dot toFix. Sorry, it's a method. And let me just provide two decimals. And we'll also be doing the same for the second container. So document.getElement by id out total dot inner html should be equal to, let's say, dollar, and this time it's total amount. So wait, total amount dot toFixed, and we just need to display two decimal points. So toFixed 2. You can do whatever you want to. So now let's just work on the new button we have. So if I scroll up, let's see if I can. Yeah, the ID of new rec. So what we'll be doing is we'll be getting that button first. So get the new button. Awesome. Document dot get element by id, it's new rec. Nice. And let me provide dot add event listener, which listens for a click or submit event. So let me give a click event here. You can also, we can provide many events, say scroll or something, but this time we just need to display the results whenever the new value button is clicked. So let me just give a click, and I'll be giving a new calc. So that function should be executed whenever the new button is pressed. So new calc function. So function new calc. So it should be doing the new calculation again. And this time I'll be providing a parameter e. So this parameter prevents the page to refresh every time. So we can do that by providing a prevent default to this event. So I'll be doing e dot prevent default. So yeah, this method doesn't allow the page to get reloaded again and again. So now we can just do var tip total, and I'm setting it to 0 again because it should be calculating the new tip once the button is pressed. And I'll also be giving a heading resetting. Yeah, var total amount is also reset to 0 again, and var new tip amount is equal to document dot query selector again because we'll be selecting from the radio button. So I'll just be copy pasting this again, and so let's see, input of square brackets name equals tip val again, and just get the values whenever it's checked. So colon checked, give a semicolon, dot value. Yep. Now we'll be doing, what should we do? We should also get the bill amount. So let me get that. So let's say local storage dot get item, sorry, set item. So now we are setting the new tip amount because we need to manipulate the results again. So new tip amount key, its value is new tip amount. And then let us now do var bill amount, and I'm just getting that again. Local storage dot get item, it should be bill amount. Oh, sorry, the small a, yeah, bill amount. So it's the total bill again. So if new tip amount is now equal to, let's say 12, just do the calculation again. So var tip total equals bill amount plus, oh, let me do a comment here, setting new tip. Okay, so var tip total should be equal to bill amount times 0.12. It's just the same process again. So you can just do else if new tip amount is equal to 15, just do var tip total equals bill amount times 0.15. And as I said earlier, you can also use switch cases here. So let me just copy paste it again. So else if it's 18, let's say times 18, and if it's 20 times 0.2, awesome. So let's go down and let's do var bill var equals %, and we are also doing it again. If you remember, we are passing the string value of bill amount to integer, and var now just display the total amount. Var total amount equals bill var plus whatever the tip total is. Yeah, and let us just now display the results. So what does that? Yeah, results document dot I'll just copy paste this again. So copy and paste it. Awesome. And let me save this. I think I just found a mistake here. We didn't provide the out total ID. So let me just change it to out total because it's a second container and it should display the total amount. Awesome. And now let us start working on our style.css. So let's just start working on our style sheet. So in our style.css file, let me just give a root first and remove all the additional margins and padding. So margin of 0 and padding of 0. And then I'll be doing, let's say, nav bar. So nav should be, what can we do? A width of 100%. And let me give a background color for that. So background color of, let's say, black. Yep. Let's save it, and then let me also make the grid container look somewhat pretty or ugly, I guess. Yeah, dot grid container, and let me give, what should we do, a display of grid and a grid template columns none, because we don't want any additional columns or paddings. And then font family, font size of 14 pixels and a font family of Poppins, which we took from Font Awesome, if you remember. Wait, why do I need a font family for grid container? Doesn't contain any. Okay, never mind. Yeah, a padding of 10 pixels, a border of radius 20 pixels, and then let me also give a background color for that. Let's do wheat. Yeah, why not? And let us now handle the grid items. So dot grid item class to make it look aligned properly. So dot grid item. So this is where our tip percentages lie. So with a background color of let's say white smoke, and then let us also give a border of 1 pixels with solid and black, and a padding of 10 pixels. Nice. And a font size of let's say 16 pixels. And text align should be center, because just to make it look more neat. And let me save it. Let us now see the results, what we have. So as you can see, it's entirely ready, and you can customize it as you like. So let us now test it. I'll provide a 20 and a tip percentage of 15, and if I click on calculate tip, should be, yeah, awesome. If we try with a different tip, let's say 18 or 12, calculate again, and you can see that the values are changed. Thank you for watching my video, and if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. And I'm also providing the links in the description to whatever the CDNs and all we used. And I'm also providing the link for my GitHub account, where you can just download the entire project. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.